Okay, so I'm gonna use fly mode instead of the pen to get the same point across. That's okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, good. So, like I said, right? So this is a good cheat. Okay. All right. So, what I like to do, me personally, when I'm doing cheats, just something you could try, right? So what I like to do when I'm cheating, so this guy obviously you shouldn't want to kick off here. Like, you definitely shouldn't want to kick off, right? Whatever, that's his job. But assuming he does his job, don't worry about him, right? What I like to do is I like to go 1.5. So like here, if you're set back here, it's 2. Excuse me. So 1, 2.5, right? So this is about where you should be sitting when the kickoff finishes. Okay, so this is about a good spot to be. Is 2.5 or 1.5 depending where you spawn. So if you spawn like back here, 1, 2.5 right here. That's where you should be. And then if you start earlier, then it's less. It's just the 1 and then the 1.5, right? And then you're right here. Okay, so this is where you should be when the kickoff finishes. Okay. Roughly, like, you don't have to follow exactly, but you know that's a guideline. Okay. All right. Here we go. So good. I mean, again, the cheat's good. It's a good cheat. It just our teammate didn't go.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna force us to be a little awkward, and we're gonna have to back off. So that sucks. So here, best thing you can do, if possible, is go ahead and like try and move yourself. I mean, this is. Let me back up a little bit. Play it, right? Boom. So this is just one of those instances where if they hit it off to the left of the net, you know, like that. So I mean, I know you don't have the game sense to know that isn't going in, but the idea that we want to do here though is like since the ball is moving towards the left corner here, and your teammate is also pushing into the left corner like this, right? Just let them take the ball over here, right? So again, I know this is very awkward. This isn't really your fault, but you know, just to get back in line with rotation and just like try and fix our mistakes, or not your mistakes, but you know, your teammate's mistake here. So again, the ball, it's gonna move over in this direction over here, right? Over there. So you can just go ahead if you can, try and half flip, and then move back into back post here, right? So your teammate is gonna take care of this area up here, right? All the way up here. Yep. He can cover all this, okay? And then you can just kind of sit here and be patient. Let him play with the ball, and then you just rotate back post, okay?
Okay.
Like that. So this is just a case where you could, like, if there's a possibility to do it, then leave it to your teammate, right? Because the ball is moving closer to him, right? Here.
Yeah.
So just let him have this whole area up here, and you can just play behind him back here in the back post, okay? Okay. Let's go back to you. Oops. There you are, okay. Okay, nice, here we go. Very good boost grab, play behind our teammate, good. Okay, alright. Alright, I got you. So here, this is good. We're gonna give our teammate some space because he's got the ball, right? Let him push forward. So when he misses, okay, or just when he's done playing or done with the ball, right? So here, Gaujin's gonna do something and then he's gonna just leave it, all right? Whether that's what he should have done or not, we're not gonna worry about it, okay? So here, he gets to this point, he hits the ball forward and then he bails, right? Okay, so this is this is basically him telling you, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go back and rotate now. Well, rotate, but in this case he turns back on himself, but whatever, right? So he's done. He's done with the ball, right? So all you need to do from now is just realize like you're not at a great advantage here because he basically just gave it to the team. So if you go for something right now, you probably won't win it. So here, like look at this hit, okay? All right, and just understand, okay? So we have, let's see here. Let's go to my fly camera. Okay, so this is a bit awkward, right? Because it's bouncing out the corner like that. So this is big hit over your head, right? It's kind of awkward, right? And because of that, it forces you, it makes you panic, and you kind of do a backflip, right? Right. So the solution here, right, to balls that go up really high like that and are awkward, is it's okay to just let it bounce, because like no one's really following up on it, I don't believe. Like here, like look, that's who's that going to? It's just going right back to you guys, right? It's just going right back. So let the ball carry itself, let it fall, right? And in this case, if the ball's awkward and you can't go for it because it's over your head like that, it's better to just turn around. Just turn, right? Because if you can't really, like, if you can't go for a ball that's flying way above you like that, right, just go around. So, right, so just go. So instead of jumping and panicking for it, right, just take a turn, turn back, okay, and then get back on defense, right? And more than likely, right, this is just playing right back into your teammate Gojin, okay? Like, Gojin could probably collect that ball, because it's coming right back to him, you know what I mean? So not only can you just go back into rotation on defense here, you can leave the ball for your teammate as well, because your teammate is also there to collect it. Does that make sense? Because it's going right back to him, okay?
Okay.
So, let's go back. Oh, my bad. That's the ball. Nope. Not fun. Okay, sorry. There's you. Okay, so, like I said, so instead of, you know, there we go. So like I said, that's gonna go over your head. So just go ahead. Don't even think about going for the ball here. Just forget about it. Okay. Yeah, and just take a turn. So I'm not sure how it's gonna develop, but again, this is no threat. Not yet, anyways. Right? There's just gonna go right back to you guys. So you can just turn. Boom. Talk about that. And then Gojin. See where this goes. Gojin. Oh, see that? See, Gojin's practically right there. So he might be able to get it. Now, granted, Gojin kind of. Did he miss boost, man? I think he missed boost.
Keep turning back around.
Yeah, he's being a little inefficient there, but do you kind of see what I mean, though? Like, Gojin, in theory, should have been able to collect that pretty easy, because it's going right back to him, you know.
And
so
after he missed it, he should just come back.
He just shouldn't be on the boost here. Like, he could be doing something more productive in terms of, like, just moving around the field versus sitting on the boost, because now the net's almost completely open. Because number one, you stalled up here and slowed yourself down for a ball that you couldn't get, and now they're taking the time that you lost fumbling up here to push up in the ball. So, yeah, I mean, this guy should. Oh my God, he should have scored that. He should have. He didn't though.
Crazy game.
Do you kind of see what I mean, though? Because for every one ball that is super awkward, it's likely that your teammate could collect it for you, right? And then you could just turn back on defense and just, you know what I mean? So hopefully, yeah, I mean by that. So it's okay to leave it for your teammate when those balls are super awkward like that, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's more efficient to just keep your momentum that you've already built and just use that to turn back around. That's just better, you know?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go back to you. There we go. So yeah, like I said, this should have gone in, but it didn't. See, there's not a single soul back right now.
Yep.
Not a single person. So it's basically like a 50-50 for mistakes between both of you, but you know, like this is a completely open shot. They just suck. That's why they didn't score.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. It's whatever. Okay. Okay. Nice. Gojin's gonna take. Okay. Good attempt. Okay. 1 sec. There we are. Right. Should have gone. Didn't. All right. So now. Gojin is the one with the ball, right? So we're gonna give Gojin a little bit of space. Make sure. All right, Gojin leaves the ball. All right, cool. So here's the big brain play. Okay, so you've done everything right so far up to this point. Not everything, but like yeah, from here, right? This is fine. Okay. So look, we are low boost right now. Okay, we have not picked up boost from earlier, and if we're not picking up boost, then we burned it all trying to get back, right? So here, you burned like 30 boost trying to get back, right? And then by the time that this play pops up, you only have 20, right?
Yeah.
So we can only, like, we need to adjust our approach to the ball based on our boost amount, okay? So here, right, you end up forcing the ball and giving it right back to the enemy team because of the fact that you're low boost. But we don't have, like, all because you're low boost, though, doesn't mean you need to boom the ball away. You know what I mean? So here, look. You see how you have the respect of the opponents here? They're both turned away from you. They think that you could boom it, which is completely fair, right? But, you know, but if you can identify, like, hey, man, they're not challenging me, right? Which they shouldn't be, right? Look.
Yep.
Just take your time. Just take your time. Let them go back. Let them turn. Like, this guy's going for boost. He's not caring. He's not even close. He's just getting boost. And this guy's really far away from you, right? You see all that space between you and your opponent? So basically, the best thing you can do here is just to, instead of booming it, okay? Watch. Okay, get to this point, okay? Close the gap on the ball, okay? Like we're showing here. Boom. Like you did, right? Close the gap like you were, so get close to the ball, right? Say, hey, I'm the one with the ball here, right? Let everyone in the lobby know that I had the ball, right? By getting closer to it. But don't give it away. Don't just blatantly jump and just give it right back, okay?
Okay.
Because, like I said, they're giving you a lot of space. So what's going to happen is, because they're shadowing you, right? A little bit, right? If you just boom the ball, they're just going to be ready to collect it right away. Like, they're just going to collect that shit as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But if you want to push in the higher ranks, though, you need to learn to keep the ball closer and find moments where you can avoid doing this, right? Where you just give it right back. This is a mistake. This is a big mistake. We don't want to give it right back if possible, right? Especially in a game of 2v2 where possession is super key to winning, right? Because whoever has possession is the guys who win, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So here, it's okay to push up on the ball. That's completely fine. Do that. Just don't blatantly get a jump hit that goes right back to them. You know, that just passes it. You know, we can let it bounce. Just fake it. Like, again, establish dominance in the lobby, saying, hey, bro, I'm on the ball. Don't challenge me, right? Just get really close to it. Be like, yeah, bro, I'm on it. You know, I can mess you up. I can flick you. I can do whatever, right? So make it look like, make the appearance of a threat, right? But don't actually give it back to them, you know? Because then the whole facade doesn't work. So here, I just want you to let the ball bounce in front of you, right? Because, again, you have all the space, right? You got all that to use. Just let the ball bounce, right? And just take a slow dribble instead of just giving it right back to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Here we go. Good, right? And then here, just let it bounce. Let it bounce in front of you, right? And then, as it bounces, then you can decide when you want to challenge, right? Because then you're going to keep control of it, and that means you're going to have, because the ball's close to you, you're going to have an option. You're going to have options, right? To outplay your opponents and keep up pressure, right?
Yeah.
But
I can choose what I want to do.
Right, but the second you do this, you've lost everything. You've lost the push, you've lost possession, you've lost it all, right? Just in that one play, right? Does it make sense?
Yep.
So this is why possession, especially in doubles and 1v1 as well, right, is super duper key, right? Because then you end up doing this, and then you can't do anything. You've just lost it, right? No possession, no ball, no attack opportunity. Now they're gonna get possession, you pass it back to them, and now they get to do it back to you, right? Because you get it back, right? But there, you see how there's a complete opportunity though to, like, not let that happen. Like, does that make sense? So it's just a missed opportunity and a misplay.
Just catch and bounce dribble or a flick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Okay. So yeah, a little bit of a pass here. That's never going in, unfortunately, at this rank.
Yeah.
So it's just how it is. But whatever. Oh, unfortunate. Okay, so here, booming out. Okay, so what's gonna happen here, just about every time, excuse me, is, let's go back to fly mode. Fly, okay, so what's gonna happen is, you gave it to him, right? Boom, that happened. Okay, you give, okay, so what he's gonna do, if he's smart, which he is here, he plays this very well, actually, in my opinion. So he's gonna take the touch that he was given, right? Let me go to his POV, right? Might make more sense. Bone. Okay. So he gets this point. He shadows. He's waiting for you to get the ball back. You do, right? All right. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take a little bounce dribble, like just to slow it down a little bit, and then he's just gonna get the boost, right? So he's hurt. I don't know what the exact term for this is. I think people call it maybe hurting or something like that. I don't know the name of it, but basically what he's gonna do, he's gonna bait you, sort of, but like at the same time. So he still has control of the boost over there in the corner, right? Because so he has pretty much this whole area covered. And by area, I mean this entire corner. So like I would cone this, cone, and then cone, like that. He has this whole corner zoned out, right? So he's zoning the ball, and he's zoning the boosts, right? Including this one, right? So he's zoning. He's zoning this whole area, right? So that's why, I mean, just because you didn't know he could do that, right? That's why after he gets the first touch, you think, oh, you know, there's no way he's going to get the boost over here, right? But he is, because he's zoning it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So even though, like, so really, I applaud him because this is a good play, right? He's collecting the ball while at the same time controlling his back boost, right?
Yeah.
So that you can't keep getting pressure on him, right? So really well played from Bone here. To number one, get a close touch or keep it close, but then not so far away that he could also pick up the boost at the same time. So touch, collect boost, right? So that was, just in my opinion, very well played there from Bone. Okay, do you see how that happened though? Like the thought process there.
Yeah, he got the touch to his boost and then was able to get volumes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to you. All right, here we go. So, like I said, this is how stuff adds up in game, right? So this action leads to this action, and that action leads to this action, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. So, Rocket League is just a game of a ton of like reactions. That, you know, you react to that. This guy reacts to this. You know, they're just reacting every second. You know, to the ball changing, the people moving around, everything. You know, so boom, boom, right, and then this cause and effect leads you to want to go for boost. I'm gonna block this kid. This guy's pissing me off. He just keeps inviting me. I don't want to be annoying. Okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, you see that. Boom. Okay, he's gonna do a good job collecting the boost here, like I said. So obviously, I don't expect you to know or expect that from him here, but just know that the better play here is instead of trying to win a boost that you're beat to, because look, I mean, the guy's smoking you that boost. Yeah. You know what I mean? So instead of going all the way for a boost that you can't win, that you're getting beat to every time, it's just better to just turn off of it and go for the mid, right? Just cut your losses. Just cut your losses here and just go back, get the boost, and then turn back in and push up, right? Just so that you're not chasing him down. Because what's going to happen is you're going to chase him down, you're going to lose the boost battle, right? And now you're stuck upfield for way longer than you should be, right? And that's going to leave and depending on the situation, that could leave your teammate back here in a 1v1, which in doubles is very bad, okay?
Yep, okay.
So when you're able to reduce situations like that and stay, you know, you just need to have boost so you can get back, you know. And if you get stuck up here with nothing, if you get stuck way up here with no boost, then that means that you have no recovery and no momentum, which means that your teammate's gonna get dusted up here, and then your boy's gonna be on a 1v1 for the whole field. That's gonna fucking suck. So just make sure that every time that you challenge someone or push up, that you preserve some kind of boost so that you can get back into rotation quickly and support your teammate. Does that make sense? Because I really don't want you to get stuck up here if you can avoid it, right? And being low boost, which is whatever this play you just did was, like whatever you just did with getting beat to the boost here, you spent boost, but got no boost afterwards, right? So that's gonna slow you down.
Yeah.
So if we want to keep our momentum, which is really important, right, in leveling up, you need to choose the boost that you can realistically win. In this case, that is the mid boost here, right? So that you can keep keep yourself in the play, keep yourself moving around, right? Because boost is the best way to do that. Mix that with some flips, obviously, but you get the point, right?
Yep.
Okay. So boost is very key. Make sure you have some, especially when you're pushed up like that. Here we go, right? Obviously, I would have rather you gone back for the mid boost instead, because again, you're not going to win that. He's probably going to hit it over you somewhere. Okay, he took forever, whatever. Shoot. Okay. So yeah, good, get back, nice. Okay, no problem, good. Alright, so this is a good, this is good on your part, because you know that you were closer to the ball than Gojin, so that means you're more like a first man here in the position. Because like, look, we look back here, right? You're way further up than Gojin right now. So you're playing more of a first man role right now. So really good. Excuse me for identifying that.
And if they had control right there, would it still be my like turn or whatever to turn and go, and he stays back? Like if control right here.
It depends, because I mean, no, it really still is your ball, because your teammate Gojin's so far back that like it almost doesn't matter if he was there or not. He's not in a position to go for anything, so it's just kind of left up to you to either number one, challenge if it feels right, or number two, fake challenge and make them throw the ball away, so that Gojin, because what could also happen, right, is, let's say that this challenge is not in your favor, right? Like the ball's way closer to them and they could ball you, right? So the last thing you want to do is just dive in and go head first and then get your ankles broken. That's not what you want, right?
Yeah.
What you want, if the 50 is not in your favor, is to fake it. So push and then do a fake challenge. Do a little swerve, and then make them throw the ball away. So that Gojin back here, right? It'll just go right to him and he can collect the ball, right? Because that's way less risky than for you to just go head first, you know, balls to the wall, no brains, right? Like that's not the best way to approach it. And in the case where you can't win this, or it's not a 50 that looks to be in your favor. Does that make sense? So in this case, they kind of lost possession a little bit. Like they don't have the ball collected right now. They're kind of fumbling a bit. So that gave you some time to challenge, right? And so that in this case, this is 100% orthodox, right? This is fine because you're capitalizing on the fact that they don't have possession of the ball, meaning you can start a push. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm just letting you know the what if scenario if someone actually does have control of the ball here, rather than when they're both like whittle waddling and, you know, doing dumb shit, whatever they're doing right now, right? Because if someone's on the shit, like on the ball, you don't want to headbutt them, because they will just cut it around you, jump it over you, flip, like they'll do anything to get it around you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, still like a lot of what if scenarios there, but the way you played it was just fine. Okay. Okay. See, you see a ball that you can go for. You're closer to it. You just go. That's perfect. That's fine. Now the thing that we can do better here though is, so boom, right? We're closer. We turn. Great. So this is another case of like before, where if you push on the ball, right? Look, see, you don't need to like barrel it right now because you have some time. You have a little bit of space, right? So this is the thing that we need to work on is, like right here. Okay, big question. Do you have to boom this? Like
No.
genuinely, do you have to boom that? Because well, right, you don't, right? So basically the thing that we're trying to work on is we're trying to level up the our options, basically, because you have options here. You could boom it. You could just hit it really hard back into them. That's a option. Is that the best option? Probably not, right? But it's all based on just panicking a little bit. Like, I'm not saying you're panicking. I'm just saying that for what it's worth, right? If we were to just slow down a little bit, right? we could give ourselves more options, right? Does that make sense?
Get around it.
Right, because then we could collect it around, this guy, and then flick it over the other guy, or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when you go zoom, zoom, zoom like this all the way through the ball, you don't give yourself that option. Okay.
Okay.
So boom, right? So it's okay. It's okay to close the gap, right? So right now you're doing what I'm calling right now, closing the gap. Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap, right? But the key here is not to jump. Not to jump and not to boom it, right? The key here, what you're doing, right, is to just make it look like you're going to hit it really hard, but then don't, So here.
Yeah.
I thought you disappeared for a second. There we go. Right? So it's okay to go, 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 right? But just go, 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 but then stop last second so that they don't realize that you're not booming it anymore. You know what I mean? So that they'll back off you and give you space, right? So go, 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 but don't jump. Just stop. Break. Slow down, right? So that by the time that you get there, you're closer to the ball than they are, but then you also are going slow enough to where you could go for a controlled play. Controlled flick, controlled dribble, controlled cut, anything. But you can't control shit when you're going like 10,000 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
So, again, it's okay to go 10,000 miles an hour to push up into the ball, but don't actually go 10,000 miles an hour into it and then hit it right back into them. Just get close and then slow back down so you can take a controlled touch, okay? And then we can go around some defenders, maybe pass it to our teammate. I don't know, right? But just put more thought into it, into the attack here than just boom it, Yep. If that makes sense. All right. Let's go to you again. There you are. Okay. Sure, we're good. So yeah, I mean here we do boom the ball, and I mean I guess that could work. It just the only way that would really work though is you need to like center it a bit better because you're just blatantly we're playing. Okay, I don't know what to call this, but
volleyball, hit it back and forth.
Sort of. It's just I mean you're hitting on the sidewall, right? Like, this kind of reminds me back when I was in Platinum. What everyone would do is they'd just be like, okay, everyone's outplay would just be to hit it really hard on the sidewall and then bounce it back to themselves, But at this level, it only seldom works sometimes,
Yeah.
Right? But here, if you're going to, like, put something threatening down that involves booming it, then you need to center it more. Because this, if you just boom it to sidewall, guess who that bounces right back to? The opponent,
Yeah.
Go back to you. Okay. So as I was getting here, so yeah, like I said, you can boom it sidewall, sure, but it's just gonna go right back to your opponent. Just gonna go right back to him, right? Where versus, okay, if you were to boom it more, back it up again. Go back to you. Okay. So we need to either, I mean, you don't even have a proper boom here, like here. Like, unless we can somehow, like, turn this around and boom this, like, somewhere up in the backboard up here or down or up here. Just somewhere center,
Yeah.
So that someone else can go up for it, you know what I mean? But you just boom it into sidewall like this, that just goes right back to Vone. See that? Just goes right back to him. So, just not as productive. So, sure, yeah, you can boom the ball. Just make sure that you're, like, putting pressure on, because you hitting it sidewall like that isn't putting pressure on. You're just passing it back to them. Versus if you hit it like up there in the backboard up here, right? That would be more of a center, and that would put on more pressure than if you just hit it sidewall right back to them, right? Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh. Wow, no way. Damn. Okay. Really good stuff. So, boom. To make it the hit, right? Good. Okay, good. Damn, that is unfortunate, man. I think we played this really well up to this point. It would have been nice, obviously, if you could shoot that on. Like here. Like here, this is kind of an open net. A little bit. It's just the execution wasn't there. But it's okay, it happens. And then we were almost able to follow up on it. Weren't able to quite.
I thought it was gonna hit a little more on the lip and it was gonna bounce up a little more.
Yeah, it's okay. So this is very good. Like the turn, the hit forward, this is all good. I think we just lacked on the execution, that's all. I mean, even then, even if you don't score this, you're still putting on good pressure. Does that make sense? Like, we're still putting something down, right? To help us score, right? So, I mean, here, obviously, very unfortunate that you didn't score here. I don't know why your teammate's so far back at the minute.
Yeah.
Your teammate's back in La La Land. It doesn't... Yeah, good luck, buddy. So even if you got a perfect pass now, even though if, like, let's say you got a perfect pass, perfect center, this guy's just not ready because he's way all the way back here getting boost. So it's kind of sucky, but you know, that's how it be, I guess. So, but yeah, I said this is good attempt. We'll get him next time. Unfortunately, no teammate to follow up, but whatever. Dude, my man Gojin's... It's just funny because I see everyone's mistakes, but you know, whatever. So here he's just so far back, really far back. Shouldn't be that far. He should at least be mid. You know, he should at least be midfield at the bare minimum. But he's just way back there. You know. Really good. I like that. That was great. So here. Well played. I like this. And if you want to, I mean, this was still very good.
I can go out to the oval.
Yeah, you could just take kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like personal choice, but I prefer to go more in like a slight curve because I think it's more natural in terms of rotation, like just going from more like over here and then curving into the back post like that and get a couple of pads. I think that's a lot more natural. For rotation. So that's another thing you could have done there is instead of going straight back, you could use the curved pads. And I like those instead. Those are my favorite. Those what I feel give you the cleanest rotation, right? Because again, you can go like you did, which is perfectly fine. You know, it makes it a little bit awkward when you're trying to turn back into back post like that. Yeah. So that's why I really like to go a little bit wider and then back in to the back post there. But otherwise, though, really good. Great. Very, very good. Boom. Back post, right? Mid. Perfect. I mean, I'm really, at this point, it's all left up to your teammate because it's going right to him, right? So you know for a fact, right? You're chilling. You know your teammate should be pushing up on this while you're rotating, right? Yeah, we can play with some confidence there, knowing that that's how this should go, right? Boom, boom, leave it for your teammate, great, perfect, right? And the rest is just up to him at that point to make it work, right? So, yeah. Yep. Rotate back in. Let him go, nice. Okay.
I don't know why I stopped boosting.
Maybe you thought someone was jumping, or maybe you got nervous. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe I did hear a teammate jump. I don't even jump.
I think
I jumped there.
I heard your teammate jump, but
he jumped, yeah, right after.
Yeah. So let's look at the facts here. Okay, so from this point on, okay, Gojin has collected the ball, right? Gojin's gonna do something. I don't know what, but he's gonna do a thing. Okay. So then it's just your job at that point, just to play behind him and just see what he does, right? Just be ready, you know. Boom, get the boost, perfect. All right, and then Gojin gets some big hit out in the middle, which I think in theory this is actually a great pass. Like this is a very good pass in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think just because it might have been a confidence thing, maybe we froze up here, whatever the case was.
Once it hit the roof, I kind of just froze up.
Okay, yeah, so So to go for this is perfectly okay. Like, totally fine.
Okay.
Like, he centered it out quite nicely, you know? So at this point, it's just up to you to aerial for it and put something down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. Just practice your aerials, I guess. I don't know what to say, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, your position right now is perfect. Literally the perfect position to go for this, right? Like, this is a perfect aerial opportunity, but we just lose it because, I don't know if we scared ourselves off of the ball, if we thought someone was jumping, I don't know what, right? Why we bailed.
Should've been.
But I'm just letting you know, like, this is a great aerial opportunity here that you could take. Because, again, this is a very nice pass, and your positioning is perfect to go for it, right? It's not too far behind you, and it's not too far out in front of you. It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
So it's the opportunity's there. It's just whether we want to execute on it or not, you know. And there obviously going to be different nuances, like very niche reasons why we might not go for it, right? We might want to fake it. We might hear someone jump, so we're a little bit scared that we're going to beat to the ball. You know, a lot of factors that could be there, you know.
Yeah.
But for the most part, though, this is a pretty clear shot. Like, just go for it, you know, at that point. But yeah, I understand. I get it. Just didn't have the confidence to go for it. See, and this is like the rare instance. Like, I'm sorry if I'm rambling a bit, but this is like the rare instance where I'm like, oh, hey, you know, that was the basic mechanic or X mechanic that we should have done, but didn't, you know. But like,
Yeah.
but you say like 90% of this is more rotations than just your mechanics. Like, your mechanics obviously are important, right? But like, this is a rare instance where it's like, okay, yeah, this is the one time in the replay where maybe, you know. But even if it wasn't just a mechanical problem, there's more to it than just, oh, I should have went up for it, right? Because like I talked about the fake, like you might not want to fake it, you might want to fake it, you might hear someone else jump, meaning that you'll bail off of it, so you recover faster. There's a lot of factors to it other than just your mechanics, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, if we're just gonna be clear cut, pretend that everything was perfect and that, you know, we meant to go for that, then yeah, it's just a you know, little mechanic error, you know. But I'm pretty confident you know how to aerial. You just got scared or something. I don't know what happened, you know.
Yeah. Mm.
So you're good. All right, no big deal. We come back. Okay. I will admit it's a little bit awkward on your teammates' end, but because I mean at this point we're like, okay, who's gonna go for it, right? We're like, okay, who's gonna go, right? Because you guys both want to go back. You guys both want to rotate back, but you also both want to, you know, take the ball away from whoever's gonna hit it next because you don't want them to give them a free shot, you know. So
I think I tried to turn off a little bit just to let them be at it.
Yeah. I think you played this pretty well, actually. Here, like if I had the choice, like whether it be through comms or just through game sense here, like try like if you, it's basically you either you take the ball for yourself here and you just take it across like this. So here it's coming to you, and then you just take it across. So hit it, turn. So turn, hit it, and then control it across the field here, up your own wall, up your own corner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's either that, where you take an initiative here and take the ball for yourself and move it into the corner here, over here, and then collect it. Or if you leave it for your teammate and let him do it, right? Let him collect the ball. So it's up to you. You have the power here to decide, okay, do I want to take it for myself or do I want to let Gojin take the ball, right?
Yeah.
So the main thing here is just making a decision quickly, right? Because that's how you're gonna push in those higher ranks. Is you just gotta make those decisions like snap fast, you know, like just real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, if there's too much hesitation, that might leave an opening, you know. But again, we do have to also keep in mind that we have teammates, and our teammate is right there, so he could also hit it as well, meaning that there could be a miscommunication, meaning that we could double commit, which is bad. So this is funny because this is why Rocket League is a hard game when you solo queue sometimes. You know, I'm not saying you can't get good at solo queuing. You can. I'm just saying, you know, where there's like very clear opportunities where like a miscommunication could occur, and this is one of them, right? Because it could be, okay, Gojin could go for it, but you also could go for it. Neither one is wrong. It's just a matter of like who acts on it first, right?
Yeah.
So just know you have options here with the ball, but if you feel like it's better to leave it to your teammate, then that's your judgment. You know what I mean? That's your fair judgment that you're applying to the game that you think would help everyone, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, enough rambling about that. So, again, you had the option there. It's okay. Leave it for a teammate. Perfect. Again, it's okay to leave it for stuff for your teammate. That's fine. You know, sometimes that makes it easier on you. Boom. Okay. All right, and then there we go. Rotate back post. Your teammate, again, is covering this whole part of the field, this corner, because he's in the corner, right? So that means he's covering all of this, right? So you don't need to be up here. So good. You're back here, space away from your teammate very nicely. Good. And back post, just like we like to, right? Like to see it. Good. Good. Let's go back to you. All right, and then we find an opportunity to push it. Perfect. Plays right to you. Awesome. Okay. Good hit. One. So I mean, this is great. This is very good. We're spacing on check, right? We're not on top of our teammate. We're in back post and we're letting him take the ball and clear it, right? Or just let them do their thing, right? Boom. All right, he's done. All right, goes to you. Perfect. There you go. You got possession.
Here I realized, yeah, I'm just gonna have a 1v1. So I look down at him quickly to see if he's driving boost or if he's gonna challenge.
Nice. Clean goal. Clean goal, man. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
See, and then what's gonna happen is they're gonna pass the ball to you, right, and overcommit, and then that's gonna leave it like with no boost, and he's gonna be slow, so it's gonna give you a 1v1, right? Yeah. So here, I probably would have had you try and get a softer touch because I was a little bit worried. I got a little bit nervous right here that you're about to just boom that shit.
Boom it to the sidewall.
I mean, anywhere. Just boom it to the sidewall, boom it across the entire field. I mean, yeah. if you boom it across the entire field and you snipe their net, then it'll go in. But if you boom it and you miss, right? Even if you get a good boom, they might have enough time to catch up to it and collect the ball.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, my base of my thought process here is get a hard touch, just not one so hard that you can't follow back up on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think here you do that. You do that quite well, actually. And here, let's watch. So your hit is hard, yes, but it's not so hard that you can't, like, follow back up with it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, like, this is a boom, but not like a throwaway boom, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you boomed it, but, like, it's still a boom to yourself, right? Because look how close you are to the ball still, right? So you still have control of it, right? Even though you hit it kind of hard. Does that make sense? So this is just played perfectly, pretty much. Like, because you're pushing the ball, you're being proactive, right? You're taking the opportunity as quickly as possible here. So watch. So boom, watch. Okay, so this is an opportunity. We know it's an opportunity to go for a 1v1. But if you slow down too much, right, that's going to give both of them too much time to collect themselves and get back, right? Meaning it'll go from a 1v1 scenario to a 2v2 scenario again. But because we go on that shit super fast, right? And take possession and get a push down immediately off of this mistake, we're punishing them like that, right? And that's what really good players do, is they find those opportunities here, like this one, right? This right here, this is basically an opportunity, right? It's like, okay, this can be a 1v1, right? This can be. Yeah. So some of the best players out there can just see that immediately and then do kind of like what you just did. You know, they'll play it perfectly. They'll play it exactly the way that they intended in their minds, right? Here, and then, you know, they'll get what they wanted, which in this case is a 1v1 scenario, right? And here, played well, right? Can end up giving you a goal. Does that make sense? Yeah. So very well played. This is a great play, great counter. Okay. Like, do you see why this is so good? Like, why this is really impressive to me? Like,
because I didn't give it away.
Right, and the counter was instant. There was no hesitation. You literally just went for it and just countered the shit out of him and just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, man, well done. Good stuff. I just want to explain to you why this is good, right? Yeah. So that you can kind of internalize it for later. Like, okay, this is good because this, right? So then you can, you know, try and look for it and do it again at some point later, you know. Okay. And then for everyone else watching, you know, why this is good, you know, and why this works. But yeah, man, good stuff. Well played. Good goal. Okay. Ooh, we got a drive challenger. I respect it. I respect a drive challenge guy.
I usually speed flip.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, so I like speed flip, but I take my finger off the boost, so I'm learning how to fat finger it. So like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Well, just keep working on your speed flip. You still gotta get 50 out of it, so that's good. So as long as, I mean, if this isn't your main kickoff, that's fine. You know, even I mess up a lot. Like, even I still botch my kickoffs. So sometimes I'll, like, jump on kickoff an accident because of lag or some misinput, and I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta do a wave dash kickoff now. Because that's the only way I can fix it, you know? But as long as you're practicing your kickoffs and just, you know, keeping those things warmed up and keep practicing them, that's great. You know, just make sure that no matter what this kickoff is, that you're getting a decent 50, or at least try to. You know, so your teammate doesn't want to shoot himself. You know. There we go. I mean, you win the kickoff like a beast. You don't even have to flip. Good job. Boom. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, a little bit slow approach here. That's all right. This is definitely one of those ones where, like, yeah, the faster we can turn the ball around, the better. But obviously, you're a little bit awkward. So here, boom. So what I like to do when the ball is kind of tight like that is either number one, hold my drift button. So like here.
Yeah.
Right here. Just rep that drift button, baby. Just do a Tokyo drift moment right here. Just fucking start drifting.
Turn it all the way around.
Yeah, just start drifting so you can turn around real quick, and then just capitalize on it. Because this could be an open net. You just need to be able to turn around quickly, and that's it. You know, because it's over there is like way out of position. He's like not even there on the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's grabbing corner boost.
Right. So the faster we can turn on that and capitalize on this mistake, right? The faster we can get a goal here, and not let them get back. Right. So just try and use some more drift next time so that you can turn around a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Boom, just fucking drift turn and just shoot that shit in. Easy. So the only thing that's becoming awkward now is that if your teammate wanted to go instead, right, for some reason. Watch. So now because you're hovering right next to the ball, Gojin doesn't know if he should go for this or not, right? It's kind of confusing. So the faster you can just turn on it and just do something with it, the less confusing this becomes. But now, Gojin, if you're not careful with your car language that you're doing right now, he might just tackle it because he doesn't know if you have it or not, you know? Or he'll tackle it and then you'll ball him because he doesn't know if you're going for it or not. Does that make sense? Like he can't go on that because he doesn't know if he can, right? Because you're right there, right?
Yeah.
Do you see how that can come off as kind of confusing? Where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for it, and then you're like, oh shit, wait, he's gonna hit it, right? So that's an opportunity where maybe your Gojin could go for it, like right here. Maybe he could, you know, he just doesn't know because you're kind of hovering. But that's just why I say when you're on the ball like that, and if you want to go for it, just go for it as fast as you can, so that it's not so awkward, you know. But yeah, I mean, I understand though, like why you're having a hard time picking it up though. I get it. Oh, bump. Goes and bumped him. Oh my gosh. Okay, Gojin's goated, man. Frick. Okay. Wow. Okay. Good play. I got nothing. Perfect. Great. Good play. Good. I mean, this is also very good control as well, by the way. Good control. So here, I mean, we're not panicking. We got control of the ball. Vone is really in the worst spot he could be in right now because you have ball control, right? So he can't challenge you because you have the ball, right? And then he's also getting demo chased by your other teammate. So
yeah,
like no wonder you guys were able to score, right? Boom. Like look at that, man. He can't do shit. Look. He can't do anything, right? He's like, all right, because it's like he's in a headlock. Because if he goes on it, you're just gonna flick him. But if he doesn't go, then he's gonna get bumped, right? So
if I was in that position, what do you do? Just go or?
If you're in his position right there, and you're right here, you just need to tackle. Because if you don't do something quick, you know, then this is what happens: is you wait too long to go for it. And then you have to like dodge a demo and a flick at the same time, which is nearly impossible. So
Yeah.
you just need to get out of net a little bit quicker and just do something quick, because again, him sitting in net basically was the death of him here, right?
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. It's just that, you know, you kind of have to identify when you're in a tough spot and someone could demo you like that, you know. And then what can you do? You can't do anything. So. Okay. Okay. It works. Sure. Cheat. Nice. Okay. Okay, alright. I got you. Okay. Okay. So the idea here is good, right? We're just like, okay, I'm on the ball, I've got boost, I'm gonna go for it, right? Go. Get a hit, and then he actually ends up turning around and challenging it, right? Boom, like that. Okay. So this is another case where, okay, so you've gone for a hit. You've gone for a hit, right? It's just fine. You're just trying to move the ball out, right? But then he ends up challenging you well, right? Okay, so let's look here, right? This is your position, right? The ball is gonna go behind you, up and behind you, right? That's not something we want to get caught up in, right? So again, instead of just trying to go for a ball that's too awkward and hard to go for, right? Just go in a circle, right? Just leave it for your teammate. Okay, so for every one awkward ball that you can't get, there's that ball, excuse me, could probably be easily as collected by your teammate. Does that make sense? So this ball is gonna just play to your teammate, right? Like, he should be somewhere closer, I believe, right? And just he's gonna be rotating in that same direction that the ball's getting hit towards, right? Which is over here, right? So don't like get caught up just trying to, like, you know, sit underneath the ball the whole time. Just keep moving. You know what I mean? So here, right? Get to this point right here, right? And just accept the fact that this is an awkward ball. Like, oh shit, he hit it behind me, right? So instead of like backing up and backflipping and don't do that, okay? Just keep moving, okay? Use the momentum you already carried from earlier, because you have a supersonic trail, right? And just go in a circle around your teammate, right? So as you go around, this guy's gonna push in. So as you go around like this, so big curve like that, he's gonna push in. Back towards the side where you just got beat, right? And then he can challenge for you. You don't need to kill yourself for this ball. You can just let your teammate have it. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? So it's okay to just keep your momentum and just leave it for him, right? And then usually if you're fast enough, which you will have speed, right? Because you carried speed over from the wall here. So you're going fast, and then if you can just leave it the way it is and just keep going with the speed you have, you will rotate super duper fast. You'll get right back on it, you know, but your teammate is just as fast as you are, pretty much. So he'll be able to cover your mistake or your position that you lost, and by the time that he covers it, you're already right back. Because again, the speed that you carried from earlier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just keep the momentum if it calls for it, right? And there I would say it calls for it, because again, it's awkward. So instead of, again, slowing down for a ball that you know you can't get, just keep momentum and just keep going, you know? So that you can get back into rotation quicker.
Okay.
Boom.
So just here is over my head.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Just keep going a circle. Just go right back around. Just you know, take a big circle back around your teammate. Okay, good. Oh, is that a goal? That's a goal. Nice shot from teammate. Okay, good kickoff. Okay. It's not technically a speedful kickoff, but it's something.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, just practice your kickoffs, because, well, kickoffs are important, so don't slack on it.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Okay. Perfect. Wow. Okay. That is shocking. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't think you did anything wrong. I just. Wow, did they really just pinch that? Am I seeing that right?
Yeah. We watched the replay.
Wow. Okay. Well, the only thing you can really do there to like try and remedy that is when you're in this position. So watch. So here, okay. So this is going to be a little bit tough to explain, but when you have an inkling feeling that they're gonna hit it back, right? So again,
like where the ball is just shuffling around like for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because the problem here is that Gojin, he's gonna do shit. He's gonna do something. He's not gonna do very much, but he's just gonna be waddling the ball. Because again, if we go to his POV, he's just gonna go for it again, 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 again until he can't, right? So watch. Hit forward. He goes again. He goes again. He goes again. He goes again.
Yeah.
You know, like he was there, but he wasn't doing anything useful. You know. So you kind of just have to watch. I mean, this is a pinch. I wasn't expecting it to pinch, but you know, at this point, you just kind of play the worst case scenario, because if basically the way you're pointed right now, you're pointed like as if it's the best case scenario. Like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna win 50, and then it's gonna go play right to me. But sometimes if you're really not sure, like how this is gonna play out, then it's okay to like turn off of the ball and turn back towards your net, you know, and play for the worst. Does that make sense? So that you're ready for it. So basically the mistake here is just that right here, if you're really like, if you think they're going to hit it back, just turn back around. Just turn around and shout out of the net so that if something like this pops up, you'll be ready, you know?
Okay.
So while yes, this is somewhat an unpredictable circumstance, there is something you can do about it, if that makes sense, okay? You just kind of need to play it's okay, like here, like obviously I know you want to play the best case scenario, but because it's so awkward and you don't know what the fuck is going on, it's okay to play the worst case scenario and just shadow here, okay? And just turn away back towards your net.
I feel like if our teammate pinched it, I would have gone back more because I was so close. Okay. But like I didn't expect them to get an accidental team pinch or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I understand. I'm just letting you know what you can do here to like make up, because this is not a totally uncommon scenario. Like this still happens every game at other games, right? It's just like it's just like, okay, how do I prevent that? Like or what's the best case measure to try and prevent this, right? And I'm letting you know what it is, and that's just to turn around before the thing actually happens, right? So that you're ready, or more ready than you would be, right? Because here in this position, you're not ready for anything. You're not ready for a pinch. You're not ready for a boom. You're not ready for anything. Which again, I don't fully blame you. But you have to just understand that these things do happen and that this is a possibility. So if you're ready for that possibility beforehand, then you could probably remedy it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm a little bit unlucky with the pinch. I'll be straight up. But, yeah, that's just what you can do about it, though. Okay. Oh. You're just going for boost again that you're not going to win, so. Whose kickoff is this? Oh my gosh. You guys both go?
Oh, I think I started to go and realized he went, but I had already jumped and I tried to stop.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I tried to not double commit.
I find that very funny. No. Okay, well, you both went. That's fine. We make it work. So here, you just need to go for a mid boost because you're not gonna win. Again, look, he's zoning. He's zoning this entire area, right? This entire corner. So, and that also includes the boost. Okay. So you just gotta understand that when he pushes in the corner like that, he's got control of that whole zone, including the boost. So, just go ahead, take the boost that you can actually get versus the one that you're not gonna win, right? Which is that one. So take this one.
Even if my teammate isn't back, just take mid.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no threat here, right? Like, let's watch. Boom. Okay. Both of you do kick off. This plays out interestingly. It's whatever. Okay, look, no threat. There is no threat. Look, the ball is not going anywhere. It's just gonna bounce up the wall. This guy has no shot. There is no shot. Okay. So while that guy has no shot, this guy's gonna take a sweet time and rotate back in. So there's no pressure here. There's no threat. Does that make sense? So that's why you can go for boost and have it not be a detriment to your team, is because this is not a shot. Like this is gonna take him like another easily like 5 to 7 seconds to set up and pass, you know, before it becomes an actual threat. So you have time here to go get boost and then push in, right? There's time. You have time here, so that means that you can take extra time to get boost, right? This guy's gonna take his extra time to get boost, right? Why shouldn't you, right? It only makes sense that if that guy's gonna go get boost, you may as well get boost too, you know? Like, everyone's taking their sweet time, and that can include you. That's fine, you know, because you have time to do that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And like I said, you're not... Look, this guy's way closer to that boost than you are, so you're not winning that. So you may as well get this one while you're at it, you know what I mean? And then come in. Okay, alright. So again, it's going to leave you with lower boost than I think you should have been, but whatever. Yeah, definitely easily could have got that mid boost, for sure. Oh, also, you're not preserving your, like, okay, number one, you should have got the boost on the left there, 100%, like the 100 there. But let's just say that wasn't there before, right? Let's just say it wasn't there, right? You're burning kind of a lot of boost right now, like, especially, like, look, hear me out, okay? All right, let's just pretend that this boost does not exist, the one on the left there, right? Yeah. So this does not exist, okay? Let's just pretend there's no boost, okay? So let's just pretend, again, that there's no boost over there, okay? So if you have time, right, what you do here, right? Does it make sense to burn all your boost before anything important happens, right?
No.
No, so while nothing is happening, save your boost. Save it, right? Don't just like blatantly, you know, boost, pick up pad, boost, pick up pad, and then boost, right? You're not saving any boost when you do that. Does that make sense? So number one, you're using boost at a time that is not called for, right? Meaning it's a waste. You're wasting boost because it's not doing it for something purposeful, right? And then number two, right? You're not saving any boost, meaning that by the time that you want to do something, by the time that's important, right? You're not going to have anything, right? So you gotta like learn when these situations aren't dangerous, and then use that as an opportunity to take the time to get some boost and save it for the next play. That's important, right? Because right now nothing important is happening. It's just the ball is rolling, and there's no shot, right? But if you can take extra time to pick up pads and save boost, right, and not waste it for things that aren't important, then you'll have boost for the times that are important later on. You know what I mean? You won't be out of boost. You'll have boost. You know what I mean? So this is just a little boost management tip, is that when nothing's happening going on, right, and you passively pick up pads over time, by the time that the important thing happens, you'll have boost for it, you know? Right? So just kind of like keep that in mind when you're picking up these pads, right? If you want to save boost, right, this is like what? 12, 30, 24, 36, 48, right? It adds up over time. You just need to be passive about saving boost and collecting it, you know, and not burning it. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, okay? But otherwise, though, you could have got the mid boost. Would have been nice. Okay. What happens here? Okay, he's getting a little hit over you. Okay. He's gonna pass it back to you. Oh, okay. A little rough. So, I mean, here, he's basically just hitting it for no reason, a little bit. Like, boom. Look how hard he hits it. So, this is going to pass right back to you, okay?
Yeah.
So, I guess it's kind of like we were saying earlier about the ping pong thing, right? We don't want to play ping pong, right? So, if they want to play ping pong, let them, right? Because then they just give the ball to you, right? But don't play with them. Don't play the same game as they are, right? Because he's going to ping pong it to you off the wall. He's like, oh, free ball. Oh, hey. Guess what? Free ball. Wow, that's crazy. It's kind of like we're passing the ball back to each other every other hit, you know?
Yeah.
So, watch. Vone hits the ball, passes to you. And then when he passes it to you, guess who you pass it to? You pass it to him, right? You see the problem here?
Yeah.
You don't want to be playing that game with them, right? Because you don't get any benefits from that. You know what I mean? So when you have the opportunity not to play the same game, which is banging the ball when there's no reason to, and just passing it to people when you don't, when you know you shouldn't, right? Then you get advantage. You get bonuses for being a good little boy who doesn't play volleyball, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom. Just don't hit it back. Just don't, because you're just gonna give it right back to him. Just play time again. Just play time and just play it slow, you know, so that you're not just giving it right back. And I bet you anything, Gojin has boost right now. Okay, he doesn't, but all right. Oh, yes, he does. Called it. All right. So look,
Yeah.
look. Okay. So if you don't have boost, right? Okay. Don't think, oh, I have 0 boost. Now I have to throw it away. Don't think like that. Think, okay, I have no boost. Okay. But I have space, so that means I shouldn't give it back. So who should I leave? What should I do? Leave it for your teammate. Let your teammate take it, because he has boost. You don't, right? Because if you give this to your teammate, yeah? Look, your teammate has 60 boost. Your teammate has boost. He can do something with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have 0, right? So you can't do shit with it, right? He could have done shit with it. He could have, right? If you just left it for him, because he's the one with boost here. He can do something, right? He has way more options than you do, because he has more boost than you do, right?
Yeah.
So, because you, number 1, cut him off, right? With no boost, okay? Right? Your team's options went from a ton of options to none, because what's going to happen is the guy with boost could have took the dribble here, but he didn't because you cut him off. And then what do you do with it? Well, you can't do shit with it because you have none, right? So it doesn't make sense basically to let the guy with no boost take the ball for a dribble, right? Because he can't actually do anything with it. So the theory or idea here is that the guy with boost is the one who should be pushing up the ball. Okay. Now I know you don't know how much boost Gojin has, but like you just gotta like think about it, right? Is it better to just pass the ball back to the other team, or let your teammate with boost take it and then he could do something with it? You know?
Yeah.
Right. So. Right. So. Boom. Right. So do you see how like, I guess, leaving it for your teammate to some degree here when you don't have as much boost kind of makes the play better? I don't know how to put it. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's just basically anything is better than giving it away though. Like we don't want like this right here, bad, very bad. We don't want to do that, right? So basically anything is better than that. Okay. So however you want to not do this, then do it, because that's gonna help you. I promise. Okay. Alright, so does that all make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, get right back. He's gonna get the boost. Yep. That's in the net. Oh my god, okay. So yeah, we got a couple problems. Just as a team here, boom. Pass it back. Pass it back. He gets a setup, he gets boost, this guy booms the ball. So I mean they don't even deserve possession. They don't deserve it. They just don't. But you just, you know, like they shouldn't have the ball. Period. But because we gave it to them, now we're giving them permission to destroy us, because we're not playing the smart game here, right? You know? So that just gives it to them. This guy gives it to his teammate, right? Boom, watch. You give it to him. He gives it to his teammate, and then his teammate gets a boom, right? Bang, right? So this was avoidable, right? But just because of the misplay earlier, this is what kind of turned into. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Gojin definitely not ready for that smoke. Yeah, he just wasn't in position for it. So, but yeah, do you see how how your actions affect the game and just makes a chain reaction, whatever? You get it. You get the point. So yeah, you could blame your teammate, sure, but that doesn't change the fact that you messed up or anything. You know, again, I know you're not like that. I'm just saying for the other people out there who are like that. You know, there is a consequence for your actions in this game. You know, whatever. Okay. Boom. Boom. That is not you. That's your teammate. Cheat. Nice. Good cheat. Okay. Good patience. Great patience. Score. Nice. Nice, good. Great. Very good. We're like zoning a bit here, which is good. Let him pass to us, and then he passes to us, right? We play patient, let him make a mistake, let him pass it to you, and then guess what? You capitalize on it. Great. See?
Mm-hmm.
See, now you just did what... So you did what he did to you earlier, but like the other way around, because he passed it to you, meaning you get a shot, and then you get a score because of it. Does that make sense? So...
Yeah.
So both teams here are both making mistakes, possession-wise and offensively-wise, right? And this is kind of what I sort of predicted when I was opening up this game, is that both teams would have like good offense but just bad defense, or something like that, you know. Or in this case, their offense is poor, leading to them giving the ball away, leading the other team to get possession and then, you know, outplay them or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, a little drive kickoff. Okay, that one you kind of have to jump. You have to jump right there so that it doesn't go over your head. Because you're kind of like you're a ramp. You're a little bit of a ramp right there. So just kind of like try and jump at least once, so that you're not a ramp.
Yeah, I remember the reason why. Yeah, when he landed super awkward, I thought he was just gonna like land and then like stop.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. Just try and jump there so it doesn't go over you. But that's alright. Okay. Here. Okay, not bad. Oh, shoot. Here, I would just leave this for your teammate. Because...
It's awkward, it's over my head and it's behind me.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's just, you can't really challenge this properly, so you may as well just leave it for your teammate and then come back around when he's done. Does that make sense? Because Gojin, like, you see how Gojin... I mean, he's already got your back, you know. I mean, at least you got him to throw the ball away. I'm just saying that for what it's worth. Like, let me look back at this. Boom. Okay. Okay, you know what? Okay, here's what I would change. Okay, so instead of proxying for the boost here, okay, like, instead of that being your first decision, I want you to think, okay, all right, boom, okay. So you lost the kickoff, right? Oh, oops. So boom, go for kickoff. Okay, you lose it, all right? So, if we're being honest, right? I think you could go for... I think you just need to go back a bit, you know? Because while you could get the boost here, right? That's gonna leave you in a very awkward spot. Like you're not gonna be able to challenge anything. You're not rotating properly. You're just gonna be stuck, you know. So I think you should go back and like here, take a pad and then take these pads back and go back around your teammate or something, you know, and or at the bare minimum just go for the back boost here, so that someone else can take the ball for you if need be. Does that make sense? Like because again, the way you're putting yourself underneath the ball again, like this. Watch, boom. See that? See how, like, you're right on top of it? It's high, it's over your head, like we talked about, right? It's awkward. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? So if you're more like over here, like over here-ish, right? And then decided to go for it, that's fine, you know, because then you have a proper angle to go for it. But here, you're just, like, awkward again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, just trying to reduce those situations by, you know, yeah. Yeah, I mean... Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit over you. Your teammate's back though. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so here I just want you to get back, pretty much. Like you're just kinda like teeter-tottering a bit. Like here, look, right? You just got dusted, okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
You just got your shit dusted. So don't like get dusted and then don't get back. You know what I mean? Because then what's gonna happen is if you take too long to get back now after you just got dusted, and Gojin doesn't win this 50, then it's gonna take you forever to get back. You know.
Yeah.
So you need to be like proactive about the rotation here, so that you're not like, you know, diddle-dallying, and then by the time that you need to be back there, you're not gonna be there in time if you just take forever to get back. You know what I mean? You need to get back now. You just got dusted. Your teammate's in a 1v2. You can't afford to just sit up here. You know what I mean? You need to get back quick. You know what I mean? And you don't need, by the way, you don't need that boost either. You can go get pads, right? So here, right? Don't get the boost. Don't do it. No. No. Forget it. Nope. Gone. Nope. Forget about it. Just turn. You have boost, bro. You have boost. Just turn.
Yeah.
Because again, you can get pads up here. Pads. You can flip, right? Get supersonic. Rotate, right? You don't need the boost. Just get back. Okay. Get back. Flip. Boost. Do whatever you gotta do to get back quick. All right, and then back around so that your teammate isn't stuck in a 2v1. You know. Because again, you just got dusted, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You can't get dusted and then just be like, oh yeah, it's fine. Nothing. Like, it's like nothing ever happened. No, you just got dusted. So like, hurry up, get back. You know, so that your teammate doesn't have to suffer from being a 2v1 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Aki gets it over you. And like I said, here, number 1, you need to get back because you just got dusted. And then number 2, you don't need extra boost because there's more in front of you. There's tons up here that you could get, you know? So we're mixing number 1, the urgency. So it's urgent, right? Because you just got dusted. Your boy's in a bad spot. So you urgently need to get back for that reason. And then number 2, if you want to get back quicker, boost isn't going to make you go faster. Not in this case, right? You just need to turn, flip, pick up pads, and come back, right? And then we're good. Gucci. So hurry up. Okay, and then because we rotate kind of in a straight line at the ball, right? You're rotating at the ball, not like around it. You're going at it. So what's going to happen is you're going to own goal almost because of that, right? You're just mindlessly chasing the ball. You know what I mean? Look. Boom. Right, we're not thinking, oh, should I go in a circle? Should I go back post? You're not thinking of anything. You're just going back straight at the ball, you know? So, I mean, basically you just need to not chase it and just go in a circle around your teammate, back behind them, you know?
On the right side, right?
Right side, left side, I don't really care where you go. Just not right at the ball, you know? So that this doesn't happen, you know? Just go somewhere around him. Obviously I prefer back post because that would make more sense, but, like, you know what I mean? But yeah. Okay, a little flip. Uh-oh. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I think we just failed to clear the ball here, so boom. Okay, both you messed up somewhere. Okay, number 1. Okay. Alright, let's look at the facts here, okay? Sorry, I'm leaning back my chair a little bit. Okay, number 1. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the facts, okay? Alright. Let's watch. Okay, they get a big-ass pinch on the other side of on the field, right? Okay? So here's why I would rather be the case, okay? I want Gojin to go for it and you to stay back. So Gojin pushes the ball, right? And goes on it, okay? And just hovers and gets in the area. I want you to stay, okay? Because I don't want you like hard chasing for a ball that you know you can't get, you know? Like you're killing yourself for this big ass pinch, but you don't have to, you know? So what I would rather you do is just turn back into back post and just let someone else go for it, okay? Because I don't see any other way of like communicating to your teammate that you don't want to go for it and just be in a better position to collect it, you know? Because, like, I mean, I guess it's both of you guys' mistakes, but, like, seriously, like, one of you needs to be back post, like, right now, you know? So, if Gojin wants to go for it, fucking let him, okay? Like, let him go for it, you know? I just need one of you, not both of you to go, you know? I'm just saying, I think you should stay back because you're practically the one close. I mean, you guys are both in the same area, but, like, just, I don't know, it's both your mistakes, but, like, if you want to have more agency in the situation next time, though, just stay back, okay? Just stay back, play back post and let your teammate go for it, okay? And play patient so that you're not like diving for the ball. And then at least one of you is back post. At least one of you did the right thing at that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if at least one of you can get this shit right, then that's gonna be better than 0, right? But now, because of this miscommunication and error on both of your ends, right, you guys both go. And then no one's back post, right? And that's an issue, right? Does that make sense? So like I said, if at least one of you, just one, god damn it, just one of you was back here, right? This would not have been a goal. But because both of you go, right, it becomes a problem, right? I'm just letting you know how you, as a player, can internalize what I just said and then use it for next time to help prevent this from happening, regardless of if your teammate was in the right or the wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, again, there's a preventable action for everything. You just have to know. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, so that's why it's a problem, though, right? No one's back post. Both you push up. You don't clear the ball properly here because, you know, you couldn't find your footing because you went up the wall here. And then Gojin just whiffs, I think, right? And then becomes a problem. But Gojin whiffs because he's putting himself in the worst spot in the whole goddamn planet. Look. Okay, just kidding. He just sucks. Never mind. Come on, Gojin. Gojin. Nope, Gojin choked. No, but, I mean, you see what I mean, though? You still could have been back there. Like, back post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need to kill yourself with the ball in the first place. It wasn't necessary, you know? And then we get one of these where both you miss, and then it's open, right? Like, 100% preventable every single time. I'm telling you right now, this is preventable, right? This could have been avoided. It just, you know, like, whatever. Alright, I think I'm going to play to the blue goal here, and then I think I might stop, because
yeah.
It's been quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's not you. Okay, you cheat. Nice. Good push. Really good shot. Just really good save as well. So, unfortunate. Here, if you want to. I mean, this is a good try. I just recommend that here, you push a little bit closer. Just a little bit, right? Just close the gap a little bit more before you jump. So, close the gap more, and then jump, right? And then go for a shot. Just so you can get a little bit more power at a closer distance. Does that make sense? Because when you shoot from a little bit closer, you shoot with a little bit more accuracy and more power when you shoot closer, right?
Yeah, more closer action.
So I just recommend just going push up a little bit more before you decide to jump. Okay, otherwise that wasn't bad. Pass it to you. It's open. Nice. Well played. Alright, I think I'll stop there, but hopefully you're able to learn something from that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good.
And, so, for mechanics, like, what mechanics should I be practicing? And
good question. So, my thing for you, like, I'm telling you, man, you don't have to be very flashy to be at a higher level than you are right now, right? Like 90% of it was just rotations, right? Like just you know, having yeah, just like knowing like, okay, yeah, my teammates you know, this far away from me, I should space out a bit, or you know, oh hey, I just got beat to the ball, maybe I should get back now, right? Maybe save some boost here and there when you think you can, right? So it's all about, like, most of it is just about you playing a good game of Rocket League, and by Rocket League I mean positioning. Like, just position around your team as needed, right? Like, be the rock of the team and do what your team needs, not maybe what you want, sort of.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
doing my position on
right.
2 or 3 of those.
Because do you see how, like, even though you have your own actions, those actions affect the whole team, not just you, right? It's everyone, right? So if you can clean up your side of things, that'll make it easier for your teammate and everyone else, you know? So just think of what I said, okay? Think of those mistakes I showed and pointed out, right? Just look at those mistakes and just try and clean those up, you know? Try and make those mistakes that I point out happen a little bit less often, right? And then you'll find that your gameplay will get cleaner, right? And you'll find yourself having more opportunities than you had before, right? If you just kind of take that advice a little bit, if that makes sense. So think of what I said about the rotations, right? Just the rotation mistakes, and just like, okay, yeah, if your teammate's here, or this is a tip you could do if the ball's awkward, do this instead, right? Just remember that, right? Those tips to make, because the game it can be easy. It can be if you want it to be. It's just the way these people play the game at this level, or most of these levels anyways, they're overcomplicating it, But if you can just like think in big strokes and just like slow the game down, right, and not overcomplicate it too much, it actually gets easier, You just have to, what I mean, think about it. But for mechanics and stuff, the two things all you really need is learn some ball control skills, okay? So like anything that you think you would use in a 1v1. So bounce dribbles, flicks, ball carries, self passes off the wall, right? Obviously not big booms off the wall that go back to your team, go back to the opponents, but like, touches that are, ones that you can follow up on, at a close proximity, right? So you want to learn how to keep that ball close, right? Work on your ball control skills, right? So that you can find more opportunities to get scoring opportunities with slowing the play down versus then just going at the ball and just booming it right back to the other team. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like I said, anything you think you would use in a 1v1, practice that shit. Because it's stupidly useful, right? Like I said,
and how much 1v1s compared to 2v2s do you think I should be playing? Like,
I think just because 2v2 is a lot like 1v1, and in 2v2 you use a lot of 1v1 tactics to play it well. Play, like, I don't know, this is a guesstimate, but like a 70-30. Like 70% ones and then 30% twos. Because I'm telling you right now, the practice you put into 1v1s, right? You're flicking, you're keeping the ball close, you're cutting abilities, like all those ball control skills and like keeping possession, right? In 1v1 will 100% translate over to twos every single time. So I just put more emphasis on 1v1, like I said, like maybe like a 70-30 type of thing, right? So that you can gain some more 1v1 skills that you can use in 2v2 because again, lots of people, I mean not everyone, but in 2v2, right? People play it like it's threes and they just boom that shit all over the place, but if you play it more like a ones game, you'll find yourself flicking everyone and getting lots of pressure, it'll just feel easy because everyone, I mean, especially in the diamond and champ ranks like these, people pass the ball to you constantly, all the time. Like you saw this time, around, right? On this replay, they passed it to you multiple times, but so did you, right? Yeah. So the idea is that every time they pass to you, right, instead of giving it right back, right, and no braining it and being a monkey, right, you use your brain, right, knock knock, and you don't boom it, and you learn to control the shit, right? And then you end up flicking people, and then you end up getting more 2v1s, and then if you're in a 2v1 or 2v1, 1v1, same thing, right? You'll win those 1v1 situations because you'll have practiced that 1v1 situation more than the other guy, and then you'll win and you'll get a goal out of it, right? And then you'll fucking end up hard carrying your entire team because you'll just winning 1v1 after 1v1 in a twos game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So 1v1s are fucking amazing for getting better at twos because it's like the same exact game mode almost, just two people, So learn to keep the ball close, like I told you in the 1v1 thing. Practice your 1v1s, practice your kickoffs. Kickoffs are really important, right?
Yeah.
And then also learn, this might sound counterintuitive, but you also actually need to learn how to boom the ball with power and accuracy. So I know that kind of like counteracts the tip I just gave you, but there are times when booming the ball is actually the easier and better play to outplay somebody, right? It's just to boom it right over their head and super fast to the point where they can't catch up to it, right? So if you'll excuse me, I will demonstrate a little bit, right? What I mean by that. And this is a training pack you can try if you want to, but let me connect this. Okay. So again, in the game, you'll identify that there are times when you should control it, and there are times when you should boom it. And, you know, obviously that'll come with some practice and some experimentation of like, okay, should I boom it or should I control it, right? But there's a time for both, okay? But like I said, are you able to watch this still?
Yep.
Okay, so there's going to be times that it's better to just keep a soft dribble, right? Like, keep it close, you know, use your ball control skills rather than just boom it, right? There are times for that. But there are also times to boom the ball. So if I want to, right, you just need to be able to do both, okay? Both are good, right? You just need to find those moments when one is more appropriate than the other in the game. But they both are useful. So number one, keep the ball close, learn your ball control skills, get good at kickoffs, do all the good shit that you do in ones, right? And then vice versa, also get good at booming the ball. So whether it's, you know, heading the ball with power and accuracy. So let me get that training pack that I like to use for this, okay? It is trying to find its counterattacks. Here it is, okay. I don't remember what shot it is. It's one of these. Okay, so shots 7 through like 11 or something. This is the ones I'm really focusing on, right? But you want to be able to, just as much as you want to be able to control the ball and, you know, be able to ball carry, flick, cut, you know, do all that 1v1 shit, bounce dribble into hook shot, bounce dribble into power shot, all that stuff, right? You also want to be able to, just as much so, be able to boom the ball really hard with power and accuracy, okay? So I'm going to do this one, boom, and then boom that shit, right? Boom, time on the bounce. This is not my best example. Hold on. Like that, see?
Yeah.
There we go. See, that is still important, right? This is, whether you want to believe it or not, is also equally as good of an outplay option sometimes, right? This could work as another outplay, right? It's just to boom it. Boom that shit right over their heads. You know, it can work, right? It does. It just, you got to find the timing and the, you know, you got to practice it, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me do another one. Not the best boom. Right? Like, you see how, like, this puts crazy pressure on the other team when you just boom that shit up to center, you know? And maybe even better if it's on net, right? So here, boom, and then boom that shit up net, right? And if you're really good, you can follow it up, you know, or whatever. But you see what I mean? Like how booming the ball, it causes pressure. It creates pressure, and pressure leads to goals, right?
Yep.
So when you have space and time, you go slow. But when you need to, but when you want to apply a lot of pressure, right, you boom it, right? And you make sure you boom that shit center, so that they have to do something about it, you know? Right? Boom, like that. See? Right? And then that puts a lot of pressure on the other team, forces them to get back, you know, makes them panic, makes them use boost, does all that good shit, right? But this is important. Okay? Boom. Another one. Bang. Way up, and then I'm really good, so I'm going to follow that, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, here we go. Boom. See? Like, that's all you need. You just need to learn how to boom the ball. Right? Which, it's not that your booms weren't the right booms. It's just that your booms, if you want them to be better and more effective, you need to practice them, you know? And make sure that when you actually boom the ball, that it's a proper boom and that it's actually center, right? Not just, oh, well, I hit it kind of hard and now I'll get it back to the guy. No. This doesn't count as passing back to other people because it's not that easy of a ball to collect. This is super difficult. Like, this is a really high ball. It's going very fast and it's going onto your net. It's not an easy pickup. That's just pressure at that point, right? You know what I mean? So that's where practicing these where it really comes in handy, is because it gives you like instant pressure, you know? Right? And then in this case, I call this pack counterattack clears, and the reason for that is because this also serves as like a clear. So it's like you can score while also clearing the ball in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You do both at the same time. right?
Yeah.
So I'm number one, clearing the ball, and number two, I'm putting pressure down at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have a purpose. You just got to practice them, you know, right? Okay. All right, that's kind of my gist there.
So mechanics just like all the 1v1 stuff, and then rotations just like if you're awkward, like rotate and
Yeah, just keep moving. Just keep moving,
okay.
and make sure you have boost. You know, like don't go for those boosts. You know you can't win. Get the boost that you know you can win and get. You know, and then make sure that you're always, you know, keep moving to the point where like it doesn't mess up like spacing. You know, because if you rotate into your teammate, that's obviously not a good thing, right? Just move according to everyone else, right? Watch your opponents, watch what everyone else is doing, and then adjust based off of that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give you the pack here.